What's up, everybody? Welcome to E3. I'm here with the powerhouses of IGN, every executive editor for every channel, Greg, Christine, Rich, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. And we're going to decide who won E3 right now. Christine, tell me about Microsoft. What did they do?
Well, they had Halo 4, which was a big announcement. However, they did accidentally leak it right before the conference, so it sort of took a little bit of the wind out of their sails. They also had Kinect there, of course, but most of that was pretty underwhelming. Dance Central 2 is still the best Kinect game. Surprise! And then it just sort of went. They tried to integrate Kinect into the hardcore games with Mass Effect and Ghost Recon. Could work, but it's still.
Do you really want to play shooter games, being like pew pew pew? You know.
Well, I mean, the voice commands for Mass Effect were fine, and Ghost Recon gun reassembling was kind of cool, but at the same time, it wasn't super compelling.
Yeah, right.
So they did some things well, and they did some things not so well. And they also had Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, so we agree.
Not so bad.
We agree. Microsoft sucked. They did not win E3.
They did not win E3.
That's harsh,
I don't
Greg.
think they
That's
sucked.
harsh.
I know, but it was just, hey, here's a whole bunch of Kinect stuff.
Yeah,
That's
right.
all, okay? We can say that. We
more-
want excitement. We want announcements. I don't want to do this and throw this.
Yeah, don't
That's
leak
right,
your big
Blackwater,
announcement
I'm
before
talking
the
about
show.
you. I played you.
Yeah,
I know what's up.
Yeah.
Anyways, for Sony, they were the next, in the conference lineup as far as for the big three. It was somewhat similar to Microsoft in the way of, oh, okay, we knew all this. Sony didn't come out and have a giant announcement. They had a really, really strong show. They had a great lineup. NGP is now the PlayStation Vita. It costs $250 or $300. In case you didn't know, Uncharted 3 is amazing, but everybody knew that. We knew that coming in. There's a Sly 4 game. We knew that. Sly's out now. It's great. So it was this weird, combination of a whole bunch of cool announcements, Rich, but it wasn't like, oh my God, there was no moment in that conference when you're like, oh, I can't believe they said that.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe actually the PlayStation Vita being $250.
I think that's what we all rumored about it before, though, right? We knew
but
that the name had
confirming
been
it,
leaked.
Sony has been notorious for overpricing everything. So
Yeah, that's why they're not doing. That's why it's forever for the PS3 to get off the ground.
I was actually there at the show. I mean, at the conference, and the two extreme reactions were price, yes, and then AT&T, no.
Oh, yeah.
I have never heard.
I've never
people laugh out
heard
loud
a
like
boo.
that.
Yeah,
it was
I've never.
dead quiet, and they laughed out loud and booed
Yeah.
for AT&T taking over 3G. That was
rough.
insane.
That was rough.
So, Rich, similar to you, I watched the Nintendo conference from somebody who was in the audience, got to hear the orchestra for 20 minutes. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, Wii U, right? Nintendo's new home console due out in 2012. And, name-wise, that was the big thing we didn't know. And it's fine, it's continuing the rebranding, and that's what they sort of really dominated with for the past several years, so makes sense to keep that there.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers got announced for 3DS and Wii U.
And they showed so much awesome footage of it. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually hasn't even started production yet, so a little bit
So
of
look
you'll
forward
be
to that one in
waiting
3
for
years.
Quite some time.
Yeah. But the actual Wii U is really, really cool. So as we all know, as we've been reporting, the controller actually has a screen in the middle of it. Kind of changes the way you play games. And then they also announced a huge amount of third-party support, including Batman. And
Now, are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Like the third-party stuff? It's
I think it'll be cool. It depends on what they do with it and when the console's actually coming out.
Exactly.
If I'm
Yeah.
playing Arkham City a year after I have it on my PlayStation or Xbox, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So that's their challenge, right? But I mean, we also know that Assassin's Creed is coming. We know Ghost Recon's coming. A lot of stuff like that could be really cool. But again, this was just the first pass at Wii U, so we'll see what they do in the future. I think it's a good sign that all those companies are on board now.
All right, so
a lot of questions.
Rich, we once again agree, Microsoft sucked. They're not even part of this conversation.
Yeah, Christine, just get out.
I'm just gonna punch
You
all
and
these
all the
guys.
Xbots go home and cry on your giant pillows. Rich, who won, Sony or Nintendo?
To me, Nintendo, but I'm looking for my HD Zelda, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I got my HD Zelda. I was sitting there going, let's have Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers got announced. So, I didn't cry at the conference, but I was happy.
Exactly. I think it all comes down to which company you back, right? I would say by a nose, Sony won, but I still don't think anybody had this show that was like, oh my God, I have to.
Well,
if the Wii U had showed real games and not just tech demos, maybe it would be a
that's
different
the
story.
thing. So Nintendo was all about here's what's in 2012, right? And Sony seemed to be like, here's what we're doing right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't have anything to play on my Wii outside of Zelda, right?
Yeah.
Right.
3DS was pretty strong, by the way. But that's it. Future versus present, I think.
Future versus present, that's a good way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an awesome E3. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, Christine, that Xbox just sucked so hard. Keep it here to IGN for all your
It's all
video
my
game
fault.
news, reviews, and previews.